This is Darshana Gauchan with your B2B Cambodia Market update for August 8, 2025. The Cambodia Securities Exchange Index was slightly up by 0.16 points or 0.04% and closed at 404.83. Total trade volume was down with 26,054 shares changing hands at a total value of 120.8 million real or over $30,000. On the main board, 3 stocks were up. Leading the market was Phnom Penh Water Supply Authority, up 0.32% or 20 real to 6,180 real per share, followed by Akleda Bank, which rose 0.29% or 20 real to 6,860 real per share. Sihanoukville Autonomous Port was also up 20 real to 12,020 real per share. On the other hand, 3 stocks were also down. The biggest loser of the day was Pestec Cambodia, down 1.88% or 50 real to 2,610 real per share, followed by MJQ Education, which dropped 0.50% or 10 real to 1,980 real per share. Royal Group Phnom Penh SEZ was also down 10 real to 2,090 real per share. Meanwhile, Grand Twins International, Phnom Penh Autonomous Port, and Cam GSM remained flat. Over on the growth board, DBD Engineering was up 0.50% or 10 real to 2,010 real per share, while JS Land stayed flat at 2,790 real per share. Royal Group Phnom Penh SEZ recorded the highest trade volume of the day with 6,637 shares changing hands at a total value of 13.8 million real or close to $3,500, approximately 25% of Friday's trade volume. Akleda Bank recorded the second highest trade volume of the day with 5,787 shares changing hands at a total value of 39.6 million real or close to $10,000, about 22% of August 8th's trade volume. Moving on to the exchange rate, the Khmer Real to USD remained unchanged at 4,006 real per US dollar, while the US dollar index was up from our last report to 98.23. Looking at global commodities, oil prices fell on Friday, heading for their steepest weekly losses since late June, as the latest round of US tariffs weighed on the economic outlook and likely upcoming Trump-Putin talks raised the prospect of an ease in sanctions on Russia. Brent crude futures were down 51 cents to $65.92 a barrel, on track to decline more than 4% week over week. U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude futures were down 57 cents or 0.89% to $63.31 a barrel, set to fall nearly 6% on a weekly basis. U.S. gold futures climbed to a record high on Friday after a report that the United States had imposed tariffs on imports of 1 kg gold bars, while spot gold stayed on track for a second straight weekly gain on tariff turmoil and U.S. rate cut hopes. Spot gold held steady at $3,396.92 per ounce after hitting its highest since July 23rd earlier in the session. Bullion is up about 1% so far this week. U.S. gold futures for December delivery were up 1.4% at $3,502.90 after hitting an all-time high of $3,534.10. U.S. stock futures ticked higher early Friday after the Dow Jones Industrial Average logged its second losing day in the past 3. As of the time of the Cambodian market's closing, futures tied to the blue chip index rose 74 points or 0.17%. S&P 500 futures and Nasdaq 100 futures climbed 0.17% and 0.15% respectively. This was Darshana Gauchan with your B2B Cambodia Market update for August 8th. Have a great weekend.